Hey, everybody. Welcome to our show.
We did it. We did it. I got to say, Rahdo, that the music that you chose for the intro is perfect because after all the stress of trying to get this thing to go live, it was nice and relaxing.
Yes. Folks, you may not know, but behind the scenes, oh my gosh, are you still sweating bullets? I am only just now coming down.
Literally drenched over here, my friend.
Yep. Yeah, we get up, we're ready to go. We've got everything in place. We push the button and nothing on Twitch, nothing on Facebook, nothing on YouTube. And what? Quick, reboot everything. Reboot it all.
And it was panic time, but you know what? We came through in the crunch. We are live now, friends. Thank you again for joining us. This is the R&R show. Hey, Rahdo, what is in front of you right now?
Well, this is a game called Korra, Rise of the Empire, which folks will be seeing a run-through of this from me next week. It's going to be the latest game from publisher Yellow, and it's their first, what they're calling in their expert line. I don't know if you know Yellow Games. They're really mostly known for party games and like lightweight family gateway style games. This one's got some crunch to it. It's kind of more of a gateway plus civilization game. And it's really sharp. Dice-driven actions, tons of variety in all the special politics cards you will earn throughout the course of the game. A wide variety of event cards as well. And Jen and I were very, very impressed by it. Nice. And like I said, I'll have a run-through up for it pretty soon. I just recorded it yesterday and haven't put it away yet.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I love Yellow Games. King of Tokyo, that's a family favorite here. And they also do it. They actually do a couple of like really small box games as well for like 2 players. I know they have a Knizia title, the not Battle Line, but the Schottentotten. That's from Yellow as well, which we really enjoy. Oh my gosh! What a start, folks! I mean, we are both dripping in a sweat right now.
I'm starting to dry off. I'm not quite as moist as I was a second ago. For all the folks who love that particular word. And hey, Ruel, I don't know if you can hear. Our special sponsor has just shown up. This week's episode of the R&R show, brought to you by Cute Fluffy Chicks.
Oh my gosh! You actually have.
I have a cute little fluffy chick. Oh, there's
look at that, folks! Oh my gosh!
Put the background up. The background, not me. The background.
Oh, the background.
Yes,
there it is.
Okay. That was supposed to be in the background, but as you can see, do we have a name for this one yet, Honey Pie?
Yeah, that's Amber.
This is Amber, one of 5 new chicks that we got a week ago because Buffy, our Buff Orpington, went very, very broody, and Jen said, "It is time."
It is time.
Yeah, and first week we had puppies, second week we had kittens, now we have cute little fluffy chicks. Look at Amber. Oh, Amber, this is your big moment.
Oh my gosh, Amber, well done.
I know, yeah, she has no idea what's going on. This is Jen is just off camera. Say hi to folks, Honey Pie.
Hello.
Hi to Jen. Hey, Jen.
Yep.
I brought in Sapphire earlier, and she was very, very energetic.
Oh, really? Oh, she would not be. She'd be on the rafters by now.
I think she'd be perching on your mic. Boom.
Well, an excellent choice, and I am sure folks would be happy just to keep this on screen for the next hour or so. But we are here actually to talk about games. Yeah. So, bye, Amber.
Bye, Amber. There's another shot of chicks for you, friends, because we had it, and thanks to my non-technical expertise, that went in instead of behind us, it went in front of us. But it's all good. We got to see Amber, which is a real treat. Oh my gosh, adorbs, as they would say.
Yes.
I want to say hi to all our friends in chat. There's so many people in chat. Thank you, friends.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Oh, actually, I think people could actually hear her chirps. I should have put her closer to the microphone. I did not think of that because I'm still reeling from pure panic mode. But hello, Stacy. Hello, Felicitas. Hello, James. Hello, Levante. Hello, Board Game Fangirl. Ball Hunter Argus. We have Twitch people and Facebook people and YouTube people all in the house at the same time. Last week, we had some technical issues with Facebook being able to live stream, but it seems like it's working now. I'm just going to go ahead and check.
Nice. Yep. And while you check that, I'll say hi. Tommy Miller's in the house, Eggius, Sven, Carolina. Thank you all. Nick, appreciate it. And this is, again, a international stream. We really appreciate y'all coming around from around the world to spend part of your day with us here today. We've got a fun show today. We've got a really cool topic that we're going to get to in just a second. I just want to welcome everyone. There's the big welcome sign right there. This is going to be a fun show. But before we get to the show, do you want to talk about winners?
Yes. Right? It is time for a winner chicken dinner. because we are about to spin the wheel. And whoever comes up on this, there's like almost 700 entries this week. Last week, I think we had almost 400. So a big jump up, winning a copy of, what is it? Origins, First Builders from Board and Dice. Let me find my tab and push the button, and we will be ready to go.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Ready? Yes, good luck, everybody. One lucky winner amongst all that rainbow of colors. Let's do it.
Oh, who's gonna be the winner, folks? We've got
Michael Murphy.
Michael Murphy. Congratulations.
Yay. Okay, Michael Murphy, I do not know who you are. I do not know where you are, but I am going to be giving your information to Board and Dice, so they will be contacting you, I assume, soon, so that you can get a copy of Origins. But you know what? We are not done with Origins because it turns out we have got a second copy to give away, which I am very excited about. So we talked about this last week. It is a new Civilization style game from Adam Kopinski, and it's all about what if ancient aliens were actually behind all of the main breakthroughs of humanity in the era of antiquities. What if they actually helped us make the pyramids? And in this game, it's a Euro Civ style game where the aliens will be giving humanity a leg up. So we have got a second copy to give away. And you know what, Ruel? We didn't figure out a secret word before we started filming because we were in such a mad dash.
I know. And right when you started announcing the contest, I was like, oh no, we forgot. So what we should do, Rahdo, is in our secret chat.
We do have a secret chat. It is true.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're going to come up with a secret word, and then Pee-wee's Playhouse style, sometime during the show today, we are going to say it, and we're going to try to catch each other off guard. But when we say it, we'll let you know. We'll put it on the screen, and then you will send an email into at rahdo.com. You're going to send in the subject line. You'll have the secret word, and we'll put the information when it's available here. But
yes, once we figure it out, while trying to run everything else live, because we are live without a net. Okay.
Live without a net. This is the best. This is so much fun, folks. I mean, it's crazy. We're totally dying inside, but it's so much fun.
Yes. Yeah. We'll get there in the end. I mean, I was so proud of ourselves in spite of all the mix-up. We did have our smoothest intro.
That's right.
Because the first week we just stared at each other blankly for the first 10 seconds, wondering who's going to speak first. The second week, you forgot to unmute us. But this week, we were on point.
Yeah.
And until we actually got into the show, and then everything fell apart. But that's okay.
You know what? I think that's going to be part of the brand. From now, moving on out, we're just live without a net. You never know what's going to happen, friends.
Exactly. I think people expect that from my show, but I think they expect something higher. A higher, more polished presentation for Ruel, but I'm pulling you down with me.
Yeah,
welcome to the channel, pal.
Now I'm like super sweating. Thanks.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Okay, well, cool. So we have a new show segment we would like to try out. We call it the Board Game Cage Match. And what we're going to do is, this was actually an idea I had because a couple of podcasts ago, somebody actually wrote in and did this to me on my Q&A section. And it just tied me up in knots. And I just completely froze. And I thought, what better for a new segment? Something that we can make each other freeze and tie ourselves up in knots in front of hundreds of people watching live. So what we're going to be doing is we'll take turns looking through each other's collection. And our collections are on screen. Let's just put them up. I think mine's on the left. His is on the right. And folks, if you would like to get to these because you're involved here, you can see my collection at rank.rahdo.com, and you can see Ruel's at the Gaviola Game Library.rahdo.com. We'll leave those on screen for a bit so you can seek them out, because we are just going to go through this list, and I am going to say, Ruel, you have to pick one, this or that. Everything else is gone. If you can only have one game and it's this one or this one, what's it going to be? And he's going to have to decide between his babies, his precious, precious cardboard babies, which one he keeps. And then he's going to do the same to me, and we'll do that a few times. And then by then, if you folks have come up with a few that you would like to stump us with, by all means, hit us with your best shot. And again, that's why you can go to GaviolaGameLibrary.rahdo.com to look at Ruel's, and you can go to ranked.rahdo.com to look at mine. And you know what? I don't even have to look at Ruel's to come up with the first one, because he's probably ready for this. Because when I mentioned this a few weeks ago, hey, this would be a fun topic, he said, oh my gosh, I know exactly what I don't want you to hit me with, so I'm going to hit you with. Ruel, you have to pick between Terraforming Mars and Terraforming Mars, the Ares Expedition. You can only have one. What's
only
it going to be?
One. Okay.
And you knew this was coming, so
I knew it was coming.
Be prepped.
I've been up all night, all week, every night sweating, trying to figure out which one I'm going to keep, because they're both amazing games. Terraforming Mars, obviously I played that first, and that was it was a heavier game for me at the time, because it's been out since 2016. I got into the hobby in 2015, so when this came out and I played it, as you can imagine, my mind was blown. I still have fond memories of this game. Terraforming Mars, engine building, card driven, just so good. It's a classic for a reason. It's still on PGG's hot list, right? I mean,
yes,
all years later,
it's never going anywhere.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere. But then I recently played Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, and it gave me the feel of Terraforming Mars, but in a much shorter playtime, which I appreciate now.
Yes.
I love experiences like this, and it's oh my gosh, it's so. This is brutal. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You've had weeks to think of this. By the way, there is a correct answer.
Oh no! Okay. Now the pressure's really on me.
In my opinion, anyway. In my for what it's worth, yeah.
So, okay. So Terraforming Mars. I'm looking at the pros and cons. Terraforming Mars, much longer. I've never played a game that's been less than 2 hours, and except for solo, I think I can solo the game in about an hour. But for me, it really shines at multiple players. So that's a pro. The con, it's a little more setup than Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. Ares Expedition, it's still card driven, but it does have that wonderful mechanism that I love from Race for the Galaxy of the you have your action selection. Only certain actions will go off in a round. So oh my gosh, this is a tough choice, Rahdo. But as I've said recently, I have talked about this recently. The one I would go for,
yes,
Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition.
Okay, you win. You get to stay on the channel.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh.
And you've just made a lot of enemies.
I know. I'm putting myself out there, but you agree with me, right? Why do you agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there is a fair bit lost without having the big map, and but you could play 3 full games of Ares Expedition in the time it would take you to play Terraforming Mars. And I know some people aren't crazy about it, but bringing in the Race for the Galaxy style gameplay so elevates the experience in such a big way. I think there's really no denying it. It is the one for me. And I guess the only reason not to is the biggest thing about Ares Expedition is they took out all the take that. It's all gone. So if you still want to be able to rain thunder on everybody, then you got to go with Terraforming Mars. And I don't know if that was something that comes into your consideration.
It does, because I didn't mind the take that in Terraforming Mars, the original, but at the same time, it always felt, I don't know, it didn't feel good. Because you're building up your engine, all of a sudden it's like, okay, here's a big meteor or asteroid or whatever. It's like, okay, there goes that. That's sort of a bummer. So I'm okay with taking that out. Now I do want to point this out. If you just look at the art, like I much prefer the Ares Expedition art. I feel like it's more consistent throughout the game. Whereas Terraforming Mars, the original, there's some bits and pieces there. Some of the art just looks like standard like clip art, or it didn't match up well. And I understand they're trying to make it look like an old school science magazine, but give me the consistent art on Ares Expedition any day of the week and twice on Sunday. I much
all right.
it.
Well, and the chat is kind of going both ways, but it looks like there's a slight nudge for Ares Expedition over Terraforming Mars. Oh, and also I see Michael Murphy himself is in the chat. Congratulations, Michael, for also being the first winner who was here at the time. That's fantastic. Awesome. Yes.
Congrats, Michael. Appreciate you joining us today. So it's a tough choice, but I'm going to have to go with Ares Expedition. I took all week to think about that, and I'm still sweating over it. But yeah.
Okay. Well, so what do you want to hit me with? What do you got? Tell me what you got.
So in the words of Pat Benatar, I'm going to hit you with my best shot.
There you go.
I know you are a big fan of the Euros, and you are a Steffenfeld fan, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, there's a couple of on here that I saw, and I want to pit them against each other because I know that you have Castles of Burgundy ranked very highly. It looks like 1, 2, 3.
If
4,
you
5.
pick Burgundy, it's going to be an easy pick for me. I got to say.
Okay, so I'm not going to pick Burgundy.
All right.
I saw later on you had Trajan, or is it Trajan?
I have always heard it's Trajan, as in
Trajan.
The Emperor
was
Emperor Trajan. Yeah.
Okay. So I want to pick Trajan, but
Trajan versus
Trajan. I wanted to pit it against Castle Burgundy, but you said it's not going to win over Castle Burgundy.
Yeah.
What about Notre Dame? Notre Dame is a rock solid game, right?
That is an excellent one. Trajan versus Notre Dame. Honestly, you are not making this very tough for me at all. Notre Dame is fantastic, but Trajan is one of my favorite games, period. And it's actually in my wife's top 10 of all time. So even taking me out of the equation, it's going to be Trajan 7 Ways Till Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. And that's why Trajan is an 8, and I think I have Notre Dame's in the low 8s. If you actually look through my entire,
is it that low? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
this has been way too easy for you. Oh,
I know. I mean, if you're going to keep giving me these cakewalks, I'm going to throw one at you now that will hopefully throw you for a loop, because I'm looking at your list right now, and I'm just looking at all of your 9s. And so I'm just trying to get things that you've rated the same. And so the first one that jumps out at me would be Ruel. You have to pick Sagrada or Welcome to.
Oh my God!
There you go. See, that's how you do it. 2 things you love equally that both kind of scratch the same itch, but you can only have one.
Wow.
And audience, by all means, definitely if you're familiar with them, curious what you think as well.
Oh man, that is brutal. Sagrada or Welcome to. You're right. They do scratch the same itch, right? They're very puzzly. They're I would say they're family weight games, right? They families can easily pick it up, but there's enough crunch in both of them, right? To oh man.
Yes, I know. The audience so far looks like there's a slight leaning towards Sagrada, but the Welcome to fans are shouting louder.
Okay. Keep shouting, folks. I need to figure this out on the fly here. I love both of them because they're puzzly nature. They both have different ways that you can score the different goals in Sagrada, and then also in Welcome to, you have different ways to score endgame scoring as well.
Yeah.
You've got a flip and fill. You've got dice chucking, and it's a dice placement puzzle. I'm gonna. Are they both ranked 9 on mine?
Yes, you ranked them both a 9. That's why I chose them.
Okay. Well, in that case.
Let's see. Roll and write versus dice drafting, colorful dice, no expansions because that's cheating. You just get the base game.
Yep.
I think they both are comparable, or actually, I think Welcome to covers more players, doesn't it?
It does. It could play almost an unlimited number.
Yeah. It's because it's effectively a bingo style game. Yeah. So that's one thing to consider.
Yeah. Now, the thing I do love about Sagrada, which is I'm going to go with Sagrada, by the way.
Okay.
If I had to go. It'll probably be a 9 and like a 9. I'm going to go your side, 9.01, I think, is for Sagrada. 9 for Welcome to. The reason being, I really love the tension. It's more interactive in Sagrada where you're dice drafting, so you can draft things away from other players. Whereas Welcome to, you're it's almost, you do your own thing, like,
gotcha.
Right? And I'm just a fan of dice, so I'd rather chuck dice than anything in the world. So that's such a good one.
The dice plus the interactivity, because Welcome to, there's a little bit of racing to it, but otherwise it's everybody's literally tending their own backyard. Whereas there's a bit more tension. Let's see, what would I do? I think I would agree, quite frankly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's great. I think I'm getting the hang of this. I'm looking at your list now, Rahdo, and we're going to, I think these are both classic games.
All right.
And on your list, they're pretty close to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're actually really close to each other. It's right above Trajan. So we're going to go, do you go with Dominion or Roll for the Galaxy?
Oh,
Dominion or Roll for the Galaxy?
wow. That's how you do it. That
okay,
is how
good.
you do
Okay,
it.
I feel better now.
Okay. Now, I should say, first of all, with expansions, obviously, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
Obviously, it's Dominion. Because, there's a lifetime's worth of stuff. So we're talking base box of Roll versus base box of Dominion. And I mean, I'm making this hard on myself saying, you know what? I just get to have one game. That's it. I get to have one game on my shelf or on my deserted island. Which one's it going to be? I have to admit, just based on the gameplay, my inclination is to go for Roll. But I am
feel
trying
like that's the right answer.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all eventualities. The biggest problem with Roll is, oh my gosh, it's just about the hardest game to teach to people.
True.
It is monstrous to try. If you have somebody over and you want to say, look, games are really great. And since I can only own this one, I need to convince you. So you'll go out and buy more so that I can play. And Dominion is, it's one of the great gateways. I mean, ABC. Yep. What does the ABC stand for?
Action, buy, and cleanup.
Cleanup, exactly. I mean, not always be closing. But,
I was just going to say, always be closing, man. Coffee is for closers.
So, yeah, I mean, again, with expansions, it's a no-brainer. I mean, Dominion all the way. But without, I mean, I just have to be honest. I mean, at the end of the day, 99% of the time, it's just me and my wife, Jen, playing. And I think Roll for the Galaxy has more legs. I think it would get to the point in Dominion where, okay, I'm really needing some more cards here. I just need more. There's not enough in that box, and I'm going to throw away, 20% of them, because I'm going to ignore all those attacks. I'll eventually start having to use the moat and thieves and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm pretty much going to say Roll for the Galaxy.
Great choice.
Only because of the expansion. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think you bring up a great point. Like, I think as far as like if you only had this game and it was like you're hanging out with a bunch of new gamers or people new to gaming, then I think Dominion is the choice because of it's a tougher learning curve for Roll for the Galaxy, right? But
yeah,
long term, as far as you're on that desert island, yeah, give me Roll for the Galaxy. Great choice.
Thank you. Did you agree?
I absolutely 100% agree. And I agreed what you said about, because when I first learned Roll for Galaxy, I had a tough time with all those different icons and stuff, and it didn't really make sense. But once it clicked, oh boy, it clicked, and I love that game. Okay, to be fair, I've had Dominion. I've gotten rid of it twice, and I've rebought it twice. I had the base game. I gave away the base game, and then I got a base game back with expansions. I gave that out, and I just got another copy. So I can't hate on either of them, but I would probably just stick with Roll for the Galaxy.
Okay. I'm looking through your 8s right now.
Okay.
And I think I've got a really interesting one. I've got a couple different ones to go with. Alrighty, I'm gonna pit Potion Explosion versus Takenoko.
Oh man, Potion Explosion versus Takenoko. Oh my goodness.
See, you haven't done the work. You haven't put your decimal points on. So you're having to think about this for the first time.
Yeah.
All those wonderful, fun little marbles, click, clack, click, clack, versus Takenoko, arguably the coolest miniatures of all time in board game history.
Agreed.
And all that sweet, sweet bamboo just stuffing it down. Both very lightweight, both wonderful. I mean, really the epitome of gateway style games. Instantly teach to anybody, have a lot of fun. What do you think?
I'm looking. I'm typing in the.
And again, folks, definitely weigh in as well.
Oh, so tough. So
right off the bat, Amanda Panda says she will not choose between those two. She refuses to engage.
Exactly. It's Amanda Panda for a reason. It's not Amanda Potion. It's Amanda Panda for a reason.
Yep.
I really enjoy both games. Potion Explosion. Now, if I was talking to Michelle, my wife, she would probably go with Potion Explosion. She loves those type of puzzly games, and there is something for that about that tactile feel of dropping those marbles in and hearing that click clack. I like the puzzle that Takenoko. Oh gosh, wonderful game. And either of these are great at family game night.
Yep, exactly. That's why I put them together.
What do I do? Takenoko does have
goodbye to one of them forever.
I'm keeping Takenoko.
Wow.
Takenoko. Yeah. As
is
much
that
as I like
of Amanda Panda, is that because?
Okay, yeah. Shout out to Amanda Panda. Yeah, but There's something. There's just. It's. I feel. I really enjoy the theme, and for me, theme goes a long way. And as long as the mechanisms are solid underneath that theme, I will keep that game. Potion Explosion. I feel like if I can only keep one game, it's Takenoko. Potion Explosion. Come on, I can get Candy Crush. On the phone or whatever. Similar games like that.
I suppose so.
Right. So you're picking Potion Explosion. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think it's not just me who is shocked. Honestly, I thought after I threw it out there, I thought, oh, I just gave him an easy one. It's going to be Potion Explosion, just for the gadget, just for the gizmo, just for the the fact that it's a rare board game that is actually alive, that has motion in and of itself. But you actually took the pandas. Yeah. Interesting. Well, okay, so what knocked Potion Explosion off? I'm genuinely curious about this. You said it was theme. The fact that you could cheat and use your phone for something similar. There
you go. Yeah. So I took the easy way out there. Gosh, I haven't played either game in about a year. The last one I played was actually Potion Explosion. But I did play Takenoko online a couple of times last year as well. And it reminded me how much I do enjoy the game, and honestly, I have very fond memories when my nieces and nephew were little. They would come over for, hang out with Uncle Ruel and Auntie Michelle for the weekend. We'd play games, and both of those would make it to the table, but they always picked Takenoko. So shout out to my niece and nephew. That's why I'm picking it right there.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. It's more than just you. I mean, there are the people you play with. You got to take that into account as well.
Okay. Definitely. Yes, that's right. So what I'm going to throw at you next, I know you're really hyped on this one game that is brand new. Well, pretty brand new. It's recently released, and there's one that's been out for a few years. You have them ranked very, very close.
Okay.
So here we go. Jump Drive or the Loop. Jump Drive or the Loop.
Now, that's a good one. Oh my god!
Because I know you've talked about how much you love the Loop.
I love the Loop so much. I mean, they're so different, but they're both so amazing. They are both, quintessential versions of what they produce. Mm-hmm. Cooperative game versus competitive game. Super fast, hyper quick Jump Drive. Jump Drive, for folks who don't know, is basically Race for the Galaxy on speed. It is a full, or it's actually a remake of another game from Tom Lehman called The City, but it is all that, conquer those planets with military or get them with economy, start producing stuff. And I think the game lasts on average like 5 or 6 rounds, but it just starts from nothing to this huge, oh my gosh. And the Loop, you're right. The Loop is very new to me.
Yeah. And just to go on so I haven't played Jump Drive, but I have played The City, and I know how fast it ramps up. And Michelle and I love The City, and I know that I'd probably prefer Jump Drive because of the theme, but I've not gotten a chance to play the Loop yet. But I know how hyped you are on this, and I'm really curious.
I cannot tell you how good the Loop is. And the Loop comes with so much extra stuff built in. It's got, I think, 4 different scenarios. So it's kind of like playing Pandemic, but with 4 different win conditions. You can choose different. It's got a wide variety. It's incredibly puzzly. And it's, as I've often said, it is the best Pandemic-inspired cooperative game since Pandemic itself. I mean, it is so far above. Oh, man. And what I want to do right now is cheat and go look at how I've ranked these. But I will not. I will make it. I mean, because my rankings are, they're subject to change. I am kind of spurred by whatever I've most recently played.
Okay.
But if I could only pick one of them. Now, see, here's the other thing. The easy thing is say, well, I still have Roll for the Galaxy, so obviously I'll get rid of Jump Drive. But I'm not. That's why I said right up front. No, this is it. You have a collection of one. I mean, you have. It's so easy to put those other things in just based on the merits of the games alone.
Ooh, I'm so glad I got you on this one.
Man. What has the audience weighed in? I mean, Loop's still fairly new, so a lot of people might not have seen it.
Yeah,
even though help. Can I get a lifeline, Ruel?
Yeah, one lifeline. Yeah, who do you want to call? There are actually a few people saying the Loop. They're really hyped about the Loop as well.
The audience is leaning Loop. Well, I guess that makes more sense. It is kind of a new hotness, while Jump Drive is. I mean, gosh, it came out a while ago, a few years ago,
2017. Yes.
Oh man! All right, I ultimately. It's hey, I'm a cult of the new guy. These are both new games. So that's a ridiculous, but I'm going to go with the Loop. I'm very sorry, Tom Lehman. It's still an amazing game, Jump Drive. Just thinking about this hard makes me want to play it right now. But my gosh, the Loop. Now, I'm also swayed because I'm very excited. We talked a couple weeks ago about how there's a loop expansion coming, and I know we're keeping those out, but I can't stop my excitement for the loop expansion from just exploding out of me. So, oh boy, you really got me. See, okay, nice. Your third time as a charm, pal. I think you've got the.
Okay, I finally got it down. Finally got it. So,
wow.
As we were saying, Jump Drive, that was a game based on The City by Tom Lehman, right? The City.
Oh gosh, darn it, you did it again! You did it again! Folks, the secret word is city. Because in Origins, First Builders, we're building cities. And so, oh my gosh, that's 2 in a row. You just hit me at just the right time.
I was just going to say, I waited till I was like, okay, how are we going to do this? And it just presented itself. You were so deep in thought. I was like, this is not even fair. That wasn't even fair. You were so stressed about this. But there it is, friends. Type the secret word in, city, add it to the subject to contest@rahdo.com.
Yes. Email to our contest@rahdo.com, city in the subject matter. Doesn't matter what you put in the rest of the email, because I've got a filter set up, or I will have a filter set up shortly, to anything that's city to contest@rahdo.com. And now, actually, I should point out, Ruel, you have until August the 18th, say around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, to get that in, because I am still getting captain emails every day. Because people are finding the first episode a little bit later and thinking, maybe it's not too late. It's too late for Captain. It's too late for knowledge, but it's not too late to get in on that city. So contest@rahdo.com, subject line, city. And we will not make the mistake we made last week, because at the end of last week's show, when we were wrapping up, we said, remember, everybody, the secret word is knowledge. So all people had to do was skip to the end, and they knew what it was.
We're not doing this time, folks. We are not doing it this time. Here's your final call, folks. City in the subject, contest@rahdo.com. You got 1 week, basically, from this point on.
Yes, from there you go. Whatever date I said it was, do not send it if you are seeing this on August 19th, because it's too late. That ship has sailed, and somebody is a very happy owner of a very cool, new, exciting game, or it'll be in the mail soon. All right. So, okay, we've each hit each other with 3. Now, I'm wondering, audience, we've been kind of ignoring you for the most part, other than looking for moral support in these tough choices. If you have any ones that you would like to get to the bottom of, and it could be the classic Agricola versus Caverna type stuff. Another good one, people have been asking me a lot on my channel, the Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition versus Race for the Galaxy. So if anybody has any verses they would like to throw our way, now's your chance to do it. And if not, we will move on to our next subject, because Ruel has a whole bunch of games that still need to be ranked. So I'm going to get a drink of water and
take your drink of water. And folks at home, please stay hydrated. Take your drink your water, or take your vitamins. Stay healthy. Whatever you got to do. But I do want to shout out Gerard Pattenden. You made a reference to the Cable Guy. Nice choice, friend. I think that's such an underrated movie. I love the Cable Guy. One of Jim Carrey's. He's you either love him or hate him. Yeah, but the Cable Guy is so good. So good. Okay, we've got a lot of great.
Oh my gosh, these people are better than us at this, Ruel.
Seriously. Okay, which one do you want to hit up first?
All right, let's just do them in order. Patchwork versus Azul versus Calico. And excellent.
So not fair. Oh my gosh.
And that's from Homer Tino.
Tino, you're killing me. Those are fantastic.
Do you want to go on 3 and we'll both say at the same time?
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Calico.
Okay. Okay, nice.
We are kindred spirits after all. Azul is wonderful. It's still mean. Patchwork is great, but in all honesty, I would sooner play Uwe Rosenberg's the winter spring meadow, the winter one he did. So Calico. But then Anna is the true monster. Isle of Cats versus Calico.
Wow. That is brutal. Calico.
I know that is. I think that's the hardest one of the day. Isle of Cats has so much goodness in it. I mean, a really great solo mode, a really fantastic family variant, so you could play with anybody, but it goes super deep. It's it's one of the best polyomino games of all time. But Calico is so fiendishly brilliant. Probably one of the most tension-filled, angst-filled tile drafting games of all time.
Yeah. And Isle of Cats, you can also play it remotely too. There's a remote edition that which got turned into a roll and write version of it, or flip and fill. Oh my gosh! You know, for the reason you were talking about,
I've made my choice. Are you
really?
ready?
I am ready.
Okay, then 3, 2, 1. Isle of Cats.
Isle of Cats. Oh,
wow!
2 for 2. Wow.
Okay.
I
guess I brought the right guy on the show.
Yeah, I was leaning towards Calico, but then hearing you talk about Isle of Cats, it's like, that's you know, you have the different modes, family friendly versus a little deeper. You have you can play it solo, so all those factored into my decision.
And Calico again, I cannot stress just how it is one of the most brilliant, simple, pure, elegant designs in years. But honestly, I think I rate Calico a little bit higher, but that's me ranking them relative to everything else I have. That's not this crazy desert island proposition. You know, where I mean, there you just get so. I mean, the Isle of Cats box is gigantic. You could fit 3 cats in there. You know, if you open it up. So yeah, and plus we just gave it to Calico previously. All right, Tim has Dominion versus Thunderstone. I don't know if you have strong feelings about this one. You know, that's I don't because classic.
Okay, so. Dominion, I love it. It's a classic. Thunderstone, it's on my shelf of shame. It's literally on the shelf, and it's not even.
Well, that's interesting. That should make it an easy choice for you, I think.
Yeah, I've got to go. I mean, I'm going with Dominion just because that's the only one I've played.
I thought you would go with Thunderstone because you haven't played it.
Oh, well, there's it's like an
if I were you, that's the way it would go.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Dominion with the expansions. As long as I can get some expansions with it, I'll be fine.
Well, I mean, both of them need it. Although, actually, if you couldn't have expansions, honestly, I would say Thunderstone is the better bet. Thunderstone, I think, has more legs built into the box than the base game of Dominion. So, but based on our current rules, I'm actually going to go Thunderstone. So we have a disagreement here.
Okay, there it is. Okay.
All right. Carlos says Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition versus Race for the Galaxy with expansions. And Carlos... That's not fair because Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition doesn't have any expansions yet.
Yeah.
In spite of that, I think I would still go Ares, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel. Are you a Race fan?
I like Race. I haven't played with the expansions, which I hear it's much better with. But I love Ares Expedition again because Terraforming Mars is one of my all-time favorite games. The fact that I can get that feel of a game in less time and just it incorporates Race for the Galaxy. I'm going Ares Expedition all the way.
All right. Okay.
Do you want to? Amanda Pan is talking tacos or burritos, and that is a tough question.
That's a fair question.
Yeah.
And we're not talking throw burrito versus. I'm sure there's some board game that has taco. There's a taco time. I believe there's a taco time.
Right.
Game like that. What do you think? That's.
That is brutal. I know my choice. Let's see if we're gonna pick the same thing.
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Burrito.
Tacos. Oh.
Explain yourself.
I live in Southern California. My theory is the closer you live to Mexico, the better the Mexican food is, and tacos in LA are the best thing in the world.
Mel, you have me at a disadvantage. I mean, I like tacos, but I mean burritos. I just feel like there's just more you can do with them. There's more variety there. They're bigger. They're more filling.
They're definitely more filling. But if you have a tray of tacos, I was thinking essentially it was plural. It says tacos. I figured a tray of different tacos. Best things ever.
All right. Let's see. I think, and actually catching up, people were responding to us all along the way.
Wow.
Okay. I'm going to jump over to one more. Because Ashley, this is an excellent one, and I imagine this is going to be tough for you. And I thought about actually maybe throwing this your way. Role player versus Sagrada. Now that's a grudge match.
That is a big time grudge.
I mean, on the
well
surface,
done.
they're the same game. I mean, they're both dice drafting, putting them into a grid, trying to get them to, with all kinds of variable objectives, feeding off each other. Sagrada is the prettier one. I would argue Role Player is the heavier one, the deeper one.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
I'd lean that way too. And Role Player actually has I think it incorporates the theme a little better. I mean, you're building a character, right? Whereas Sagrada, I mean, you're building a stained glass window, but I do actually feel like I'm, maybe it's the Role Player geek in me where, I feel like I'm actually building, a character. Yeah. And then with the expansions, of course, you actually use those characters to go out and fight, which is really fun. My gosh.
Pick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I know because I had to make this choice. When I was coming back, I owned both. And I was like, okay, I got to get rid of some games when we were moving from Malta back to the States. I'm like, okay, I can't in good conscience keep both of these games. And I had to hit that Sophie's Choice. So I'm ready to go. Are you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Role Player.
Role Player.
All right, there you go. Okay. Yep. Why?
So this is the funny thing. So I actually don't have a copy of Role Player. I've only played. I have a copy of Sagrada that's been played numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get a copy of Role Player in because I really enjoy it every time it hits the table. It's got the puzzliness of Sagrada, but just it has. I think, like you said, it's just a little bit more going on, a little more complex than Sagrada. So that is the one I would choose.
Okay, people are definitely getting into this now. Tell you what, folks. Should we do one more or should we stop? I mean, that was
let's
a good
do one more.
All right.
Let's do one more.
You pick the last one. I mean, there's a bunch.
You want me to pick from the chat,
and
right?
And it looks like people are agreeing with the Role Player call. For me, I went Role Player too. Sagrada, just in the base box, didn't have quite as much. Now, to be fair, Sagrada has had 2 excellent expansions now.
Agreed.
Phenomenal expansions that brings Sagrada up to the same crunchiness as Role Player. And if you put those expansions in, heck, even if you put those expansions in versus the Role Player expansions, Sagrada makes a strong case. And I might almost forego Role Player for Sagrada if you bring, Life and Passion, I think are the 2 that have come out so far.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with that. I mean, you get the extra dice and there's a few things that they add to it. Really good. Do you want me to pick something from chat here?
Yeah. And after we're done with we will, let's see, how much time we got? We've got another 15 minutes or so we can do Ruel Ranks, and then folks, get ready to just ask some general purpose questions, which is how we'll round it out. Okay.
Yes.
So last cage match.
This one, I think this is going to be an interesting one. Let's go with Splendor versus Century Spice Road.
Ooh.
Okay. I know my answer. But
you right off the bat. Okay, I know my answer too.
I know my answer.
Easily.
I enjoy both these games.
With this. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, hold on.
Now we're talking base games only.
Just the base game. Only. So you have to ignore all of the Century series, how you can combine the 3 games into one. It's just Spice Road versus Splendor. Wow. Actually,
no
that
extensions
is
for Splendor either. Yeah.
You've got it, right?
I've got mine.
Okay, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1.
Splendor. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a better 2-player game, straight up. It's just a better 2-player game.
That is what it came down to. That is the exact problem. If I were a multiplayer gamer, Century Spice Road in a heartbeat.
Agreed 100%. But this is the game that Michelle and I always have, if we have, a spare, and you can knock it out in 15, 20 minutes, literally. It's such a quick game to play 2 players. And like you said, multiplayer, I'd probably go Century Spice Road. But,
I love a board game fangirl, throws in a quick, twist at the end. But wait, it's Century Golem Edition.
Oh.
With those wonderful gems. And really cool art. Does that change anything?
Nice call. Golem is good. I really do enjoy it.
No, I'm seeing my guns. Corrected me, by the way. It's Golem. Somebody actually really read me the Riot Act when I on a game I covered a while ago. It's Golem. But I think language evolves. People are getting used to Golem, I think. But anyway, so you'd still stay Splendor even if the Golem edition was on the table.
Yeah, because Splendor, hey, how about this? You have the Golem edition. Why not go with Marvel Splendor, right? Which I haven't played yet, but Have you played the Marvel edition? I mean,
I have,
cool.
and honestly, I think I'd probably stick with the regular, even though I love Marvel so much. I think with Golem edition, I'm going to switch over just because it's such an amazing production, and they were both really close. Okay. And honestly, the 2-player could be for Spice Road could be so easily fixed with the simplest of house rules. And I would do it just to have those awesome, awesome, beautiful gems I know Jen would love so much. Okay, folks, we are done with the cage match. I would say that was a pretty successful first trial run of that. Let us know what you think, folks, if you'd like to see this particular subject come back. And start asking questions, so we'll have some by the time we are done with our next segment, Ruel Ranks.
All right. So, yeah, folks, think of those questions, and we're going to hit those up right after we do this Ruel Ranks. This is where I'm going to rank right now, live, in person here, a game in my collection, because unlike Rahdo, I have not ranked many games in my collection. Or the Gaviola game library is now open. Let's go to the screen here, and we're going to look at my collection here. See, there's a bunch of blank things here. And
what's up with that? Oh, what is this sorted by?
This is just sorted alphabetically right now.
Oh, it's alphabetical. Okay.
Yeah, just alphabetically. So we did, I did Ahael last time, right? So why don't we do a game that starts with B? I'll just go alphabetical.
Okay, there you go. Let's go to the Bs. Okay, so some B. Ooh, all right. Ooh. I mean, obviously, I'm drawn towards Barren Park. The Barren Park's
we're ranking easy. Barren Park.
No. Barren Park's too easy.
Too easy? Oh, you're gonna make me sweat.
Barren Park is just amazing.
We've been sweating this whole episode. Okay.
Yes, I mean, I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit more. Let's see. Go back to your Bs. I want to do one more versus. I want to do Back to the Future Dice Through Time versus Back to the Future, the Prospero Hall one that I can't remember the name of.
Back to the Future. I haven't played it. I know what you're talking about.
Well, you haven't played them both anyway. But anyway, Back to the Future Dice Through Time. I want to rank that right now.
Okay. I really like this game. I think it's a wonderful implementation. Ravensburger, they've knocked it out of the park, I feel, for the last 2 IPs I've played. Played the Princess Bride adventure book game, which was a wonderful co-op / pick up and deliver game, which captured a lot of the theme. This Back to the Future Dice Through Time also captures a lot of the theme of the entire trilogy. Of Back to the Future. I don't know how y'all feel, but to me, the first movie is still the best. The OG Back to the Future. I'm going to rank this. I really enjoyed this. Oh my gosh.
The other one that I was thinking of is where is it? It is Back in Time. Instead of Dice Through Time, it's Back in Time. And the interesting thing was these were 2 Back to the Future games that had very similar box covers, almost the exact same title. They came out within a month of each other last year.
Right.
I think it was because it was tying in with some kind of anniversary or something. I'm not quite sure what.
Yeah, it might have been like the 30th or 40th anniversary of the movie or something.
Yep. And I think in the court of public opinion, Back in Time, which was the game that was designed by Prospero Hall and published by Funko, definitely won. It got more attention because it had cool little minis, and I would say it was a bit more thematic, whereas Dice Through Time is a little bit more abstract. But for my money, Dice Through Time was the superior game. It's deeper, it's richer, it is a more interesting and puzzly. The other one it was well done, but it was very light, very gateway-ish. Whereas, Dice Through Time, especially if you play at a higher player count, can get really challenging in a fun way.
Yeah, and that's what I remember too. You can dial up the difficulty, by adding extra, I think it was event cards or whatever, which makes it a little tougher. So I played it a couple times. Let me see. It says I played it once. Now I've streamed it at least. I know I've streamed it twice, and
exactly. So what are you giving it?
I'm going to give it, it's ranked by people on BGG. They give it a 7. I'm going to go with I'm going to pull Rahdo. I'm going to go 7.25. I think it's a wonderful game, and I'm going to give it, I almost want to give it a 7.5. I'm already questioning myself, but I'm going to go 7.25. What did you give it, Rahdo?
I still don't have it because I just don't have enough room for everything, but I know it would be a high 7 for me. I'm going back to rank. Rahdo.com, and I'm going to find where I would slip it in. Let's see. I got to go to the second page because my first page is all 8s all the time. So, or actually, if you want to bring my page up, I'll look back at you.
Oh, okay.
Rank.rahdo.com and then go to the second page. So you gave it a 7.25. I think I'm going to be a bit more generous. Although there is one problem with it. For a 2-player game, there's not as much tension as there should be, because the most interesting thing about the game, the whole, you can't be in the same place at the same time, in a 2-player game hardly ever comes up. It's a restriction. So here's a handy dandy house rule if you want to play it as a 2-player game and really make the game challenging. While you're playing 2-player, 2 players can't be in the same time zone.
Ah, okay. That's interesting.
Let's see. What have you done? Okay, you've gone here.
Where's your, I don't know how to,
what have you done? Go to ranked.rahdo.com. I don't know what you're doing with all these things.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Ranked.rahdo.
You put it on the screen earlier. There you go.
There it is.
All right. Here it comes. And go to the second page, because it's going to be, I think it's going to be in the mid to high 7s for me. It's definitely over a 7.5. All right. So scroll down a little bit for me. Get into the 7s. Still in the 8s.
Okay.
You just want to see all my rankings.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think I would be willing to bet you would probably give Barron Park even higher than I do, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That might be a 9.
Oh, okay. So slow down. Now I got to start trying to squeeze it in here. Okay. All right. I think Wonder Woman is better. I think Valeria Card King is better. Keep going. Dice Forge, I got to give it to Dice Forge. Dice Forge is still better. Keep going.
Interesting. Okay.
No, yeah. Great Heartland, definitely better. Keep going. Better. K2 better. Hold on. Stop. Hammer time. I think, yes, you're welcome.
Thank you.
No. I was almost going to put it above Star Trek Expedition, but no, I just love Star Trek too much. I can't do it. But okay, no, stop. I am going to give it a 7.722 to put it between the Mind and Noctiluca. I don't know if you played Noctiluca. You and Michelle would love it.
Okay. I have not played that one.
Yeah, we talked about Sagrada. We talked about Sagrada earlier with all those colorful dice. Noctiluca says, "Hold my beer." You want an explosion of colorful dice from Shem Phillips? Yeah, but not published by Garfield Games. He had Z-Man published, if I recall correctly.
Interesting.
So that's where it's going to go. So you gave it a low 7. I give it a high 7. Another game ranked. And folks, by now, hopefully, you've got some questions. And we will start looking to see if you have any questions for me or Ruel. I'm going to scroll back up again to where we were when we were asking. And I'm just going to start looking for question marks. Did I miss the giveaway, says Loopy. Yes, you did. It's going to be somewhere back in there when you find the secret word. And I'm sorry, Loopy, you did not win. But there is another one. We're actually doing another giveaway for Origin City Builders. So you have a chance to win if you can find the secret word once more. Best game, Ruel, for 6 players.
Best game.
Sven.
For 6 players. Great question. This is an easy one for me. It's actually right behind my shoulder here. Ethnos at 6 players is fantastic.
Really?
Fantastic 6-player game. It is a mix of Ticket to Ride meets Blood Rage. A very smooth playing game. You play cards, you take over little areas, area control. It's wonderful. It's so snappy. I've played a 6-player game of this in 45 minutes. It's so good.
All right. Of course, this is not something I generally tend to think about. It's completely outside my wheelhouse. But I'm going to do a quick advanced search on Board Game Geek for everything in my collection that supports 6 or more players. Okay. And let's see what we got. I mean, right now, 7 Wonders pops into my head. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's a classic. While you're looking at that, I do have one game that plays 6 players that I absolutely adore, which is Twilight Imperium 4th edition. But that's a game that comes out very rarely these days. For as far as like a standard game night, Ethnos is the one I would choose.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with 7 Wonders. That's just a quick and easy. Maybe 6 players. We really like Charterstone.
Oh,
Jen and I love Charterstone. I know it's not as big a hit for Stonemaier Games as your Wingspans and your Viticultures, but man, we really love Charterstone. And we only played it. We played it as a 2 and a 4-player game. Every time we played, we always put all 6 players in using the Automa. So I would love to try that as a 6er. I got to say.
That's interesting. I thought it just supported 4 players. I did not know it went up to 6.
Yeah. No, because remember, it has 6 little lands. I mean, so it can go up to 6. I mean, and how often do you get a legacy worker placement game that can support 6? Of course, how are you going to get 6 people together week after week after week? That's a whole other question.
That's the thing. That is the thing. Yeah.
Or tiny towns. Because of course, tiny towns.
That's a great call. Tiny Towns is excellent.
Okay,
and even cartographers. Okay. I'm a big fan of cartographers as well.
Cartographer's too mean for me. I'm going to go with Tiny Towns. Gotcha. I would happily, if I got 6 people, throw Tiny Towns on the table. Everyone's going to have an amazing time. That is my best 6-player game. All right. What else we got?
Nice choice.
Next question.
Okay.
What hit out of the park again?
What upcoming games are you most excited about? From Mr. Millstream.
All right. Well, I'm going to do a search for Rahdo wish list. You know what? I'm most excited. The most new thing I'm most excited about. It was just announced, I think, within the last week or so. Another Stefan Feld game coming this year.
Oh.
What's called Boone Lake. I don't know anything about it. I don't need to know anything about it. It's from DLP Games, and I think Capstone is going to bring it over. And I'm sorry, no, that's not. Whoa. It's Alexander Pfister, baby. Alexander Pfister's got a new one coming. Oh, I am torn. Okay, so I am torn between Boone Lake, the latest from Alexander Pfister, and Kokopelli, which I just got the notice. My Kickstarter copy is in the mail from Stefan Feld. I'm very excited about those two. Probably going to go with those. Oh, Planet Unknown. Is it shipping now? It was such an amazing. But Dice Realms. People are finally starting to. I mean, I'm gonna bump them all. Dice Realms. Dice Realms from Tom Lehman. This is, he knocked it so out of the park with Ray's Arcana, and I just, even though I knocked, Jump Drive off the list, Tom Lehman is still one of the best designers working today. And Dice Realms, he is doing a customizable die Euro-y style game. It's got to be Dice Realms. That's my number one most excited at the moment.
That's you mentioned it, and if you feel Kokopelli, I'm looking forward to because it's Stefan Feld. But yeah, Dice Realms. It's got they're actually, it takes like Dice Forge, right? That mechanism.
Yes, it's the same idea with all the snappable sides, and I don't know what it does with it. I almost don't care, but I do remember reading about it that they were going to push more snappable faces than any other game has done so far. They're going to push that idea to the absolute limit. And again, Tom Lehman is just the best. You're one of the best designers working today. So
agreed. Yeah. That one I'm excited about too, because it's like you're saying, Tom Lehman, he's an outstanding designer, but taking that dice, I like Dice Forge, but knowing that it can be like different things are going to be done with it by Mr. Lehman here, I'm excited about this one as well.
Yep. Here's an interesting thing. I'm looking through the questions, and I noticed we have the nicest audience. Because remember, Loopy was asking, hey, did I miss the secret word? Folks are telling Loopy the secret word.
Oh,
thereby lowering their own chances of winning to help their fellow board game geek. Isn't that wonderful?
That is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Thank you, chat, for being so kind. But y'all remember, you have to, if you're watching this later on, on YouTube, we are not going to tell you right now. You need to go back and find that word.
There can be only one, so don't go blabbering all over the place. You're just lowering your own chances of winning. All right, what other questions we got? I think we got it. Let's see. We started 5 minutes late, so we got time for 3 more if we're going to get out of here in an hour. So,
cool.
Do you see one you like?
Let's see. We got the what game? Do you have games on your shelves behind the ones facing outwards?
Yes, I do. Let's see. Let me. Come here, Merv.
Yep. Those
Merv. Behind Merv, we've got Islebound here and far above, and it's my little locket secret compartment. And there's my formerly the most rare and beautiful thing in the world, SOS Titanic, and some more locket. Yeah, here's the thing about this. The people, if folks out there who have gotten the Calico shelves, it's certainly one of the most popular lines of shelves for hardcore board game geeks. The brilliant thing is, if you just put them in properly like this, just like a bookshelf, which I admit is nice, you're wasting like 30% of your shelves. Shove them all back and then put another game, sometimes even 2 games in front, and you get 30% more games you can put on your shelves.
Yes.
There's a life hack for you, or a board game hack.
And you totally inspired me to do the exact same thing here in the Gaviola game library. I've got Cubitos, but I stack these this way. I do it horizontal and behind.
I probably should too. I used to do it this way because I like the, I like feeling like it's a library of books.
Yeah.
And literally, the day I did this, I just shoved everything back. I never actually twisted.
Now, here's the thing. By keeping them like books in a library, when you go to play that game, aren't the pieces like all over the place?
Have you not heard of this amazing technological breakthrough called baggies? baggies for everyone.
But what about those cool inserts that people, make
Toss
and stuff?
Dump them, scrap them.
Yes, plastic bags, folks, for the win.
And stop just creating more microplastics that are going to go in the ocean because you have to have a really cool. It's fine. I mean, I understand people really like organization stuff, but these work great for organization. And
they do.
If once you have 50 games, you've got 500 of these.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So true. I think we're out of time for one more.
Okay. Final question.
DJ says, Ruel, and I'll answer. We can both answer this.
Okay.
How many days a week are you able to play games?
I'm curious. How many days a week are you able to play games?
I'm able to play games 7 days a week, 24/7, 7 days a week. But I do not. I choose to take days off. You just need to, as much. I love the hobby. We both love playing games. But there's days when I just take the day off and I'll read a book or try to read a book or get offline or whatever.
You mean like a rule book, right?
Oh yeah, of course. But I pretty much game every day. I do take breaks every now and then, but it's basically every day, DJ. What about you, Rahdo?
I would like to play games every day, but I am at the mercy of my wife. And of course, she is a professional glass artist. This episode brought to you by gamerglass.art. You can find all her cool stuff there. So what we tend to find ourselves doing is we'll go a couple of days without playing anything. And that's when I'm feeling like today, I'm probably not going to play anything because today was a sizable portion of it was this. And then she'll take some time off and we will blitz. We will play, all day, for 2 or 3 days in a row, catch up on a bunch of stuff, and then it'll go silent. So, personally, I would rather just get a little bit of gaming in every day. But, that just does not fit her schedule. So, and I'm curious, to follow up to yours, you said, you take days off. How much of your play is live stream versus just playing off camera? Because for folks who don't know, if you're new to the show and you're wondering who is this guy, he has his own Twitch channel. You can find at twitch.com/Ruel Gaviola. There's a link for it down in the show notes if you're on YouTube. You're constantly streaming, doing solo stuff, interacting with the audience, playing games with your wife and your daughter from time to time, although we don't see her much anymore. I assume she's back at school now.
She is back at school, but fun fact, tonight we are going to be playing a game together. Lauren, Michelle, and I, for the first time, we're going to have a family game night in a while, and it is going to be live streamed. To answer your question, I tend to play most of my games live streamed these days. I'd say about 75% of the games I play are live streamed, and 25% are off. Yeah, it's a lot, and it's really different, right? And so I really enjoy the times when I could just go off camera and just play a game to play a game. But yeah, it's the life of a streamer, folks. That's how I roll, but it's all fun. Yeah.
How many of your games are you playing for the first time on camera?
Oh, great question.
Is that a lot? Does that happen a lot?
I'd say 50-50, probably about 50-50.
Because that's got to be so nerve-wracking.
It's, you think I'm sweating right now. I sweat even more when I'm live streaming games.
Wow.
Great questions, friends. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and there were plenty more questions. Sorry, folks, we got to jet, but we will be back again a week from today at 12 noon PST. We'll have a new segment. We'll hopefully leave time for question and answers because these are some good questions. And I feel like we just barely scratched the surface. And we will crown a winner. And remember, folks, you got to watch the show to find out what the secret word is to mail to contest@rahdo.com to win our last copy of Origins First Builders, which just looks fantastic. Yeah. And otherwise, I'm just going to say thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.